What's your favorite thing your significant other does? He buys me flowers. For no reason other than he loves me. It's random too most of the time, but he always buys flowers for my birthday. I am beyond lucky to have such an amazing husband. Puts up with my ADHD bullshit. Now that we have kids, I am amazed she hasn't just picked up and left. I try to stay focused 90%, but when I go down the rabbit hole, her ability to just figure any situation out. Doesn't matter if it's finding new healthcare, dealing with the bank, fixing something at the house while I'm gone, or pretty much just finding a solution to any problem. She's a natural problem solver, and the peace of mind that brings me as a partner is amazing. Edit. Appreciate all the concern about not letting your partner do all of the problem solving by themselves. That is great advice. Thankfully in my situation we are pretty equally competent, and so when we can do it together, we crush it. But when we need to divide and conquer, I know damn well she's gonna handle her business no problem, and I will handle mine. This is especially apparent to me as my ex was essentially useless, and if I didn't do something, it didn't get done. My so is a bit of a music nerd. So when he discovers a new album he puts it on speaker. The thing is, he often gets so lost in the moment that he starts dramatically mouthing the words and dances along to the tunes. Soon enough he drags me into his little eccentric dance. Are we good at dancing? Hell no, but he's fucking feeling it, and in those moments the strongest emotions I feel are happiness and gratefulness for his existence. There are many things I love that my husband does, but one of the best is playing with the kids when he gets home. With COVID-induced work pressures, my husband has been pulling 10-plus-hour shifts for the last 9 months. He comes home physically and mentally exhausted, yet he still manages to muster the energy to play with our older kids or to snuggle the baby. It makes my heart want to burst watching the joy my kids have when their daddy is home. Whenever they get really excited, they make a little squeal sound and kinda hug me a little tighter, if we're hugging, and watching them get a smile across their face, big or small, makes me really happy too. The sound of her voice when she's yawning or laughing makes me feel calm and relaxed like no other thing can do. She is the medicine to anything that puts me in a bad mood. Puts up with me. Sometimes, in the middle of the night, I'll roll over, and she'll roll over too so she can pat my butt. His gentle way with our 2-year-old grandson. Explains every little detail of something to me with unlimited patience and in so much depth. Like, he's a musician and he'll tell me about something he's learning to play and take all the time to explain the technical aspects to me, even though he has to start from scratch because I know nothing about it. We have a lot of problems that we may not be able to work through, but I could spend the rest of my life listening to him talk about things he enjoys or knows a lot about and never get bored of it. Coming home, I find all my shirts arranged from dark colors on one side of the closet to lights on the other, like a rainbow. He's just genuinely an optimistic person and it makes me feel better. He always finds the upside to something and focuses on the good, and it's really refreshing, even if I'm being a negative Nancy about everything. In addition, his brain is like a fucking sponge. He's so good at obtaining information, and every day I feel like he's telling me something new that he's been learning about. It's pretty cool. Nothing pleases him more than being able to take care of me. He wants to bring me things from other rooms if I'm sitting down, get me drinks or snacks, rub my shoulders, anything to make me happy. He will literally say, "Please, let me do things for you." It's so sweet and makes me feel so loved. In bed, when my boyfriend is almost half asleep, he'd rub my back when he knows I'm having a hard time sleeping, even without me asking for it. I find it really sweet. She bounces like a little bunny when she gets excited about something. We are no longer together, but I loved his haha laughs and I loved being the one to make him laugh too. I loved seeing him excited over the smallest things. I loved to see his joy. I love how in years we still managed to keep each other up at night laughing because we were best friends. When she notices it's just gone midnight, she shouts, "Oh oh oh oh." And she does a cute little "oh" if I say something like "oh oh oh 3. If we've just missed it. He randomly says "I love you." Like we will just be sitting on the couch watching the news, and he'll say it. I know he means it then. It makes me tingle inside. Even after 6 years. She is insanely supportive. We have been through a lot in only 5 years marriage. Lost my job during pandemic. Lost my mom from cancer and went to therapy for PTSD from watching her pass. Decided to go into teaching during COVID and she was 100% for it. We also sold our house and moved in with her parents to save up for a house and pay off debt. She was by my side through it all. And our relationship has completely grown. I love watching him watch the things he loves. The way he lights up and laughs is indescribable. I also really love when he randomly touches me. Sometime he'll lean over and pat my head. Or gently tug my hair. Or bop whatever body part is closest with the remote. And I absolutely love it. And I especially love that he does it often and entirely unprompted. She is very understanding. I never feel dumb saying something to her. The way he sleeps. How peaceful he looks. I will miss seeing that for the rest of my life. I love her laugh, so I try to do it however I can. The peak of this is when she laughs so hard she almost does a weird little dance, skipping foot to foot. Whenever I'm having a bad day or just need a little pick-me-up, all I need is that goofy laugh to make my day much better. If we have an argument and are both huffing, she will secretly order us our favorite takeaway meal and leave it in the kitchen. I can't resist opening it, and then she will come into me and say, "Oh." And we will both just start laughing and say sorry. Edit, whoa, thanks for all the upvotes. I'm new to Reddit, so this has made my day. He's insanely smart. And he loves finding new interests, so he'll jump into mine with me. I recently got into VTubers and he dug right in. I joked about becoming one. And he roughed out a design idea. And how to legally make it too annoying to try and find out my real identity. He also learned to cook. And yet, he wanted to learn anyway, but he got to it when I went on a rant about how my dad doesn't cook and it's dumb. So he started cooking and got me more into it. Going out to eat is subpar now because with a little research we'd prefer to make our own food. It's just really cool to have the support. He is my best friend. He makes me laugh when I need it and listens to me when I'm anxious. He is so full of knowledge and teaches me something new every day. Our first baby is due any day and he is just so giddy about her arrival, it melts my heart. He goes to bed much earlier than I do. And he also happens to talk in his sleep. Anytime I say I love you. Even when he is deep asleep and snoring. He says love you too every time without fail. He will also randomly blurt out things like I love you so fucking much. You're my favorite. And my personal favorite is you're a fart but I love your stink. Tucks me into bed whenever I have a bad day. Loves to fall asleep on me anywhere, especially on vesicles. She gives me ball cozies. Which is where you put your balls in a cup of warm water while she blows into it with a straw. Making a little jacuzzi for your balls. She wanks me off while doing this. Not one thing he does consistently. But a memory that I like to dwell on when I need to remember why I love him, and a little laughter. When I give his beard scritches, I usually say you're my itchy boy in an overly obvious lovey-dovey gooey way. One day, he was playing Skyrim and sneaking around in the game. Real quietly. In his little voice that he does, I hear him say, "I'm a sneaky boy." This was maybe a year ago. But I still remember that little adorable moment and I loved him more for that adorable thing. She'll turn off her phone and give me her undivided attention. His childish charm. He's this 6-foot-something bearded man, but he will give me the sweetest smile. And hold me with so much care. And caress my hair. Sing the most upbeat songs to me. And giggle with me when something is hilarious. Purring when feeling cozy. Like full-on catboy style. He weighs 200 pounds and works with chainsaws. I don't know where to begin. All the different voices he can do. His random dancing. The random songs he comes up with. Get super excited about things he is interested in. But even more excited when they are things I am also interested in, because it's something we can share. Smile and act silly. Hyena laugh, which is the best. Everything. But more specifically. He says good night. Beautiful before we go to sleep. When we were dating and texting our good nights. He said it every night. And being able to hear it in person now is a million times better. It's such a small thing. But even on days I might not feel great about myself, it gives me butterflies and makes me feel, well, beautiful. When she makes a meal and brings me a plate, it might seem small, but I know she loves me when she does it. She gets me on a level I've never experienced. And we laugh about the silliest things together that only we could laugh at together. Also, she has huge tits and walks around topless a lot. Genuine surprises. I don't specifically mean gifts, but also gestures or words. I generally know him better than I know myself. So it's really a treat when he does something nice or out of the ordinary that I'm not expecting. For example, I left my house briefly on Sunday, and when I got back, he had poop scooped the whole backyard by himself, which we were going to do together when I got back. He can never remember the lyrics to any songs. That doesn't stop him from singing along at the top of his voice. We're long distance at the moment, and he sends me voice memos of him singing along to songs he knows I like. Always with the absolutely wrong lyrics. He's adorable. Thanks for watching.